we have Caroline Woodward joining us on the show. Caroline has penned a book. She's penned many, but this one's called Light Years, Memoir of a Modern Lighthouse Keeper. And we can see that picture now on the screen. That's the front of her book. Caroline, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Susan.
Yes, so for the past 7 years, or over 7 years, you have been with your husband a light keeper on a remote North Pacific island, and it's called Leonard Island Light Station.
That's right.
Where we have a picture, actually, thanks to Dan. I think that we can get that picture up of Leonard Island.
There it is.
It's very pretty.
Yes. Yes,
but it's very isolated, right?
It is, because you can see those jagged, nasty-looking rocks all around it, and that's why that lighthouse was built in 1904. It's at the start of Clayoquot Sound, and with all the steamers and boats in the old days especially, people kept hitting the reefs that surround our island there.
So to give people a bit of perspective, most people know where Tofino is. It's not far from Tofino on Vancouver Island.
Right. So if you are on holiday and you're on Chesterman Beach or Cox Beach,
you can see.
You can wave at us, yes.
And you were quite close on an island. You did this before on an island off of Victoria where you could see people, what was that called?
Trial Island.
Right, I know that is too.
Yes, that's right.
What do you think? You went into this 7 years ago thinking, I'm not sure, maybe I'm going to have tons of time to write books, but it turns out there's a lot going on that.
Well, this is it. Lightkeepers do a lot of work, especially spring, summer, fall. It's full-out maintenance. We look after 11 buildings, huge grounds, a land bridge, hundreds of meters of enamel rails to repaint. And because it's in this ferocious maritime climate, there's salt and grime and gooey, weird stuff from the ocean coating everything. So it's a constant round of blasting this stuff off and then repainting and so on, right? So we have to go flat out when we have the good weather. And then in the winter, we make sure nothing's flying off the roof or filling up the basement and batten down the hatches. Do our weather reports and all the daily routine things we do, you know, so.
It's been quite isolating, I'm sure, on many ways, but it sounds like something you and your husband now love doing.
We really do. And I have to say, Susan, that if I didn't have email or internet, I don't know whether I could do it. Like the old timers would be rolling in their graves right now, but you know, because they'd get a telegram or the mailboat once every 3 months or something.
Yes.
But for me as a writer, to work with my editors, many of whom I've never met, I really need email. And so we jury rig all sorts of ways on the light stage, because keepers are responsible for setting up their own satellite dishes and making that happen for ourselves.
You're on your own.
We're
it's
on
happening.
our own.
If it's meant to be, it's up to you.
That's right. And I love gardening and cooking,
which is great.
Too. Right.
There's pictures of you in the book doing some cooking at Leonard as well.
Yes.
So this is really a memoir of what it's like, sort of a snapshot of what goes on if you do this. And a lot of us think that this is the olden days, these lighthouse keepers. There's 27 that are manned still in this province. Is that right?
That's right. Yes.
27 lighthouses still manned by people.
Yes.
Do you talk to any of them?
Oh yes, we're 6 of us on our circuit are on we give our weathers at the same time. Prince Rupert Radio calls us, and that goes on the marine broadcast, the continuous marine broadcast.
Yes.
So Channel 8 in our area, people always consult that before heading out, because Tofino Harbor can be flat as a pancake and get out into Templar Channel and beyond, and it's nasty.
And that's the ocean, right? You turn a corner, it's a whole different story.
That's right. And so all our kayaking tour guide friends and the sports fishermen, they always look for our lightkeeper reports. And people can phone us on their radios too and ask, right? So
Very cool. It's so sad that we only have this much time. We're 30 seconds and then we're out of time. So I want to let people know where you're going to be. Tonight, North Kamloops Library, Caroline will be there at 7 o'clock, and then tomorrow at Chapters up in Sahali from 12 until 3. So if you would like to meet Caroline, fantastic read. And by the way, she's written 8 books.
Yes.
Children, fictionals. One of hers is being used as being read in English university classes. Good for you.
I know it's happening. It's been a very good environment for me to really focus, right? And shift work is very good for focus too. It's like, got to do it.
That's right.
No dreaming around, right?
That's right. No kidding. Caroline, thank you very much for being here today.
You're welcome.
Information on the screen, though, again, if you would like to meet Caroline as well, carolinewoodward.ca.